Hi teacher, my name is Mayerlin Barberan and I'm going to read the history of real diving. Lost at sea. How long could you survive at sea? 1 day, two, and when would you start to lose hope? When Robert Hewitt came to the surface, he realized right away that something was wrong. He'd been diving for sea urchins and crayfish off the coast of New Zealand with a friend, and had decided to make that 200-meter swim back to shore alone. But instead, strong underwater currents had taken him more than half a kilometer out to sea. Lying on his back in the middle of the ocean, Robert told himself not to panic. He was a strong swimmer and he was wearing his thick wetsuit. I'm not going to die. Someone will come, he told himself. But 3 hours passed and still no one had come for him. Robert would soon have to make a tough decision. He was now a long way from the coast, and the tide was taking him further out. But he decided not to try to swim for shore. He felt it was better to save his energy and hold on to his brightly colored equipment. But the decision was not an easy one. I just closed my eyes and said, "You've made the right decision. You've made the right decision." Until that's all I heard. He remembers. As night approached, Robert established a pattern to help him survive in the water. To stay warm, he kept himself moving and took short naps of less than a minute at a time. Every few hours, he called out to his loved ones. Just yelling out their names would pick me up. And then I would keep going for the next hour and the next hour and the next. When he woke up the next morning, he couldn't believe he was still alive. Using his bright equipment, he tried to signal to planes that flew overhead. But as each plane turned away, his spirits dropped. He managed to drink rainwater that he collected in his mask to keep himself alive. But as they turned to night again, he started to imagine things. Robert woke up on the third day to a beautiful blue sky, now 7 kilometers off the coast. Robert decided he had to swim for it. But the sun was so strong and Robert quickly ran out of strength. Hope turned to disappointment yet again. I felt disappointed in myself. I thought I was a lot fitter. I thought I would be able to do it. Robert then started to think he might not survive. On the fourth day, the lack of food and water was really starting to affect him. Half unconscious and with strange visions going through his head, he thought he saw a boat coming toward him with 2 of his friends on board. Another vision, surely, but no, They put me in the boat and I said something like, "Oh, how's it going? What are you guys doing here?" Then he asked them the question that he'd asked in all his visions. "Can I have some water?" As they handed him the water and he felt it touch his lips, he knew this was not a vision. He'd been found. After 4 days and 3 nights alone at sea, Robert had been found, sunburned, hungry, and exhausted, but alive.